everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we have a low impact session that we're going to be working through. So quite a bit of stretching to start off with, and then a little bit of a movement circuit followed by some abs work at the end. Okay, so the first part of the session we're going to spend on some nice long holds to really stretch our muscles out, and we're going to work through that for about 15 minutes. Okay, so I just want everyone to start off with just coming down into a pigeon stretch, which we're going to hold for 1 minute on each leg. So just up nice and tall. And then just focusing on that stretch through your hips. From there, in this position, I just want you to drop down onto your elbows for me. So we're going to hold the next 30 seconds down a little bit lower. So just coming slightly deeper into that stretch now. Another 15 seconds here, and then we're going to swap sides. So back up onto your hands, step that left foot back up, and then we're going to just switch. Step the right foot up, tuck it under. So 30 seconds in this nice upright position to start off with. Another 10 seconds and then we'll drop down onto our forearms. So just drop it down. And again, just make sure you're feeling that stretch through your hip. Another 5 seconds here. So 3, 2, 1. We're then going to step that right foot back. We're going to step our left foot back up, drop our right knee down to the floor, untuck your toes, and then just push your hip forward. Okay, so we're just stretching out the front of the right hip flexor. And I just want you to actively push the hip forward, just to lengthen that a little bit further on this leg. And we're going to hold this for 1 minute. So a little bit longer than usual today on these stretches. And just keep pushing forward. Got about another 20 seconds here. Nice work so far. We're going to step that left foot back, and we're now going to step the right foot up, drop the left knee down, untuck the left toes, and we're just going to push that left hip forward just to get a nice stretch through the front of your hip again, but on the other side. Now when you're breathing, just really focus on breathing into that stretch. Thirty seconds left. Three, two, and 1. We're then just going to step that foot back and we're going to just drop down onto your knees. You can stay where you are on your mat. So I'm just going to twist just so you can see a little bit better. We're going to take our left foot out to the side and push our hips back. So we're just going to find that point where you get the deepest stretch through your inner thigh, and we're going to hold it there for 1 minute. And just while we're doing that, I'm just going to check I've actually pressed record on the camera. Yep, we're all good. Of course, we're just holding that groin stretch there Okay, so just find that point where you get the deepest stretch. And then again, just breathe into that stretch. We've got another 20 seconds here. And then we're just going to switch sides. So bring that left knee in, take the right foot out, and again, just rock forward and back until you find that point where you're on the stretch the most. And then we're just going to hold it there. Got 30 more seconds here. Nice work, last 10. So 3, 2, 1. But then just going to shuffle around. So you're sat, so your legs up nice and straight in front of you. And we're just going to reach forward and try and grip on the bottom of your feet. And then just tuck your head down. So just stretching out through the back of your legs. So just working those hamstrings. You might also feel this a little bit in your calf, depending on where you're holding tension. If you can't reach your toes, just hold where you can. So if it's your ankles, hold your ankles. Same thing, still just tuck your head down. Got 20 more seconds here. So 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to take those feet out a little bit wider. We're just going to still work through our legs, but now just start adding in our upper body. So we're just going to lean over your left leg to start off with. When you're leaning over this left leg, you might feel like your right hip starts to come off the floor. So you really want to push that right hip down just to open up the space through your lower back as well. So you should feel this stretch through your left leg and then maybe also through your right hand side of your lower back if you're pushing that hip down. So we're going to hold it for a minute on this side and then a minute on the other side. And again, just nice deep breaths into the stretch. 10 more seconds. So 3, 2, and 1. Walk it over to the other side. So this time you might just want to start thinking about pushing your left hip down to the floor. Okay, and keeping that right leg nice and straight, reaching as far forward as you can, and then tucking that head down. "30 more seconds here. So last couple of deep breaths. So 3, 2, 1. Now keeping these legs in this position, so we're going to try to work through our sides. So we're just going to pop our left hand just by our left hip. Probably just going to need to bend that elbow a little bit, and then we're going to lean over with our right arm. So we're not leaning forward too much here, we're keeping up nice and tall, and we're just letting this arm come up and over. And then again, with this left arm, just play around with a little bend, or you can have it straight. But wherever you get that stretch, all through this side the most, just want you to hold it there. And just keep pressing your chest forward. So really lift your chest. 15 more seconds here. So 3, 2, 1. Right hand by right hip. Same thing, but with our left arm coming over now. So again, we're just going to hold this one for a minute. So we've got another 15 seconds here, so just keep that chest nicely raised. Nice deep breaths into that stretch. So 3, 2, and 1. From there, we're just going to stay seated, but I just want you to cross your legs. It doesn't matter initially what way we cross them, we are going to cross them both ways. I'm just going to start looking at a bit of rotation through our upper body now. So we're going to initially put our right hand on our left knee. Our left hand is then just going to come round to the bottom of our back, so in the middle of your back. And you're just going to keep up nice and tall and look over your right shoulder. So we're going to hold 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. Okay, and then you're just going to try and walk those fingers around a little bit further. Try not to lean back. You want to imagine you've got a pole coming through your spine and you're rotating around that pole. So you can't lean forwards and you can't lean backwards. So we're really working that rotation. And you might just also want to think about pulling that left shoulder back and down, just to increase that movement if you're feeling a little bit tight there. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to the middle. Left hand on right knee now. Same thing, but the other way. So hands in the middle of your back. Keep up nice and tall. And we're looking over our right shoulder. And then again, just nice deep breaths into that stretch. Keeping up nice and tall. We've got 5 more seconds. So 3, 2, 1. Back to the middle. Same again, but we're going to just cross our legs the other way. So right hand back on left knee. Rotate round. 30 seconds. Keep up nice and tall. Make sure both parts of your pelvis are on the mat. So if you feel like your right bum cheek's coming off or your left's coming off, to make sure there's even pressure through both of those. So we're not compensating on one side. Five more seconds here. And relax back to the middle. Left hand on right knee. Rotate round again. Another 30 seconds. So make sure we're keeping up nice and tall here. And really looking over our right shoulder. 5 more seconds. So 3, 2, 1. We're then going to come round onto our knees and we're going to come into child's pose, okay? So it's up to you if you want to have your knees a bit wider so your bum can fit between the gap, or if you want to come in a little bit more narrow, you're going to work through your back a little bit more. So we're just going to take our arms out in front of us and we're going to hold that there for 1 minute. So 3, 2, and 1. So arms out nice and straight. So you're just trying to push your fingers away from your bum. So just really lengthening through the spine on this one. So you should feel that stretch at the front of your shoulders, maybe a little bit under the shoulders. And you might also feel that in the mid-back. Okay, so just really try and relax the upper body and really try and pull those hips away from your fingers. You might just want to rest your chin on the mat as well. So 10 more seconds. We're then going to walk our hand, in this position, walk our hands over to the left. Okay, so just walk them over to the left and then just drop back into that stretch. We're going to hold that for a further 30 seconds. And then we're going to walk them over to the right and hold for another 30 seconds. So again, just focusing on breathing into that stretch. We should be feeling that through our side a little bit more. 10 more seconds here. So 3, 2 and 1. And then last stretch, we're just going to sit down on our heels. We're going to lock our fingers like this, but behind our backs. And then just lift our chest up and try and lift those hands up as high as you can as well. So just stretching out to the front of your shoulders. Try and keep your neck nice and relaxed on this one. This is our last minute before we go onto our movement circuit. So really focusing on pulling those shoulders back and down, relaxing the neck, and really trying to push your fingers away from your body. Really opening up that space through the front of your chest. An area that does tend to get quite tight. Ten more seconds here. So 3, 2 and 1 and relax there. So if you guys would like to grab a quick drink before we move on to the next thing, grab that now. So like I said today, it is very, very low impact. So we're going to go into like a movement circuit. So it's a mixture of functional movements and stretches. There are 10 exercises. We're going to work for 50 seconds on each. We're going to have a 10-second rest between. On the first round, I will go through each of the exercises as we go through. We're then going to take a little rest and we're going to go through that twice today. So 2 times through the circuit, it's going to be about 20 minutes of work altogether, okay? So our first exercise is a squat, but we're going to open up through our upper body as well. So what we're going to do is our hands are going to come down inside our legs and then we're going to come up, make a big circle. Like so. So our palms are always going to be facing forward. So it's coming from here and round, and we're going to squat down and squat up. So 50 seconds. Just get that balanced. Put it in here. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So palms facing forward, squat down to try and keep a nice flat back and round. So when we're doing these, try not to round here. I'm keeping my back nice and flat and bringing those arms round. And again on these, we're just keeping our chest up. So 20 seconds left on this one. Ten seconds. 3, 2 and 1. Our next one, we're going to come up into a high plank. Step our foot up, bent elbow, pulling round. Step back, repeat on the other leg. So 3, 2, 1, step up, rotate, switch sides, step up, rotate. So we've just got a nice bend in the elbow as we pull round. So just again opening up through our chest on this one. We are halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to come to the end of our mats. We do these ones quite often. We're going to walk out, trying to keep our legs nice and straight. Drop down to the floor into a Cuban movement. Walk back up. Stand up nice and tall. Okay? That's number 3. In 3, 2, and 1. So legs nice and straight. Walk it out. Drop down to the floor. Into a Cuban. Walk back up. Halfway. Really good work, guys. So 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to come into a Kozak squat. So feet nice and wide, toes pointing out at about 45 degrees. We're going to drop into a side lunge. You can put your hand on the floor if you need to, and then we're going to come up and over to the other side. So we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So feet are 45 degrees, down, up and over. So you might just want to pull your toes up as well on this one. So we're just really opening up through our groins. Halfway. Really good work. So get nice and low. Try and get a little bit lower each time. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to come down so our left knee is on the floor. Right leg out nice and straight. We're going to lean over. Then from here, knee to elbow. Stretch back out. 50 seconds on one side on this round, and then we'll do the other side on the second round. So 3, 2, 1. So we're crunching, straightening back out into that stretch. Crunch, straighten back out into that stretch. So nice controlled movement on this one. "20 seconds. Last few reps now. 3, 2, and 1. Another one we do quite often then. We're going to come up into our downward dog, round into Cobra, okay? That is our next one. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So up, into downward dog, round into Cobra. Just hold for a moment at the top and the bottom of each of those. Halfway. 10 more seconds. So 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. And we're going to bring our knees to 90 degrees. Okay, we're going to try and keep up nice and tall. We're going to open out, and then we're going to lean over that front leg. Across and lean. So 3, 2, 1. So if we're leaning over our left leg, it's with our right arm, rolling, leaning. So just opening up through our hips on this one. So make sure we're not leaning back too much on that twist. 15 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Then feet facing away from you, one hand facing away from you. We're going to come up, single arm bridge, drop down, swap sides. Okay, so that is our next one. It's going to shuffle this way. So 3, 2, and 1. So just try and follow that hand back. So every time you come up, just try and lift a little bit further into the range. Twenty seconds to go. So 5, 3, 2, and 1. Last two exercises. We're going to come into a high plank. I'm going to rotate that arm round, back down, rotate the other way. So 50 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So rotate. Just make sure you bring that arm right round. Nice work, guys. 20 seconds left here. Last 10. So 3, 2, and 1. Right, last one. We're going to come into a squat. Okay, and then just from here, I'm going to drop one knee, drop the other knee. So we're just rocking side to side on our foot there. When we get to halfway, we're just going to come up and back down out of that squat. So 3, 2, 1. Just gentle little rocks with our knees. Just working our ankles, through our hips, a little bit through your upper body as well. If you can't get this low, just go as low as you can. That's halfway. So we're then going to straighten out, drop back down, lift the chest. Ten more seconds. So 3, 2, and 1. Really good work, guys. So we're going to take a minute break and then we're going to repeat around that again. Cool, right then guys, we're going to go around that circuit one more time, okay? So we're starting off with those squats into our arm circles, working through all 10, and then after that we're going to take a little rest before we go into some abs, okay? So exactly the same again, and we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So let's go on those squats. So we're coming down, and we're going to bring those arms up above our head. Halfway on these. So squat nice and low, nice big arm circles as you come round. 15 more seconds. Three, two, one. Step ups into those arm rotations. So start off in high plank. 3, 2, 1. Step up. Rotate the arm round. Good work, guys. Keep it going. Ten more seconds here. So 3, 2, and 1. We're then going into those walkouts to Cubans. So 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Drop down. Stretch those arms out. Walk back up. Halfway on these. Three, 2, and 1. We're then coming into those Kozak squats. Feet are 45 degrees. 3, 2, 1. So coming down into that side lunge position, switching sides. Good stuff, guys. 20 seconds left. Let's keep it going. Couple more reps. So just working side to side, sinking those hips back. 3, 2, 1. Opposite side to what we did in the first round. We're going coming into that side hold crunch. So bottom leg nice and bent, top leg straight. We're reaching over. 3, 2, 1. Pulling into a crunch. So nice and slow, reaching in, stretching out. Halfway. Really good work, guys. Just keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 10 seconds. Downward dog to Cobra next. So we'll go in 3, 2, and 1. So we're up, stretching round and down. Really good work, guys. So we're really stretching out through our lower backs here. And then we're coming round into that Cobra. Nice work, guys. And just keep with it there. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Back in then for our hips. So at 90 degrees. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to twist and we're going to lean. So try and keep up nice and tall on this one. Really good work, guys. 15 seconds left. So 3, 2, and 1. Good job. 2 to go. The single arm bridge is next. So we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Fingers facing away from you. We're going to lift up. Switch sides. Really good work, guys. Just try and come a little bit further into the range each time. And get those hips up as high as you can. Ten more seconds here. Three, 2, 1. Into high plank. We're going to rotate those arms round. So 3, 2, 1. So we're here. Pivot on the feet. Open up. Pivot. Open up. Fifteen seconds to go. Nearly there. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to come into that deep squat. So sitting into the bottom of that squat, dropping our knees in 3, 2, 1. So it's literally rocking side to side on our feet. When we get to halfway, we're going to extend the hips up. That's halfway, guys. So now we're just going to bring those hips up, come back into the squat, lift your chest. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Really good work, guys. Grab a quick drink. We're going to take a minute breather. And then we're on our last little thing. Cool, so it's quite short, this last thing. It's all abs. We have got 6 exercises. We're going to go through each exercise once. Number 1, we're going to start on 60 seconds. Exercise number 2, we'll do for 50 seconds. The third one we'll do for 40, and we're going to come all the way down to 10 for our 6 rounds, okay? So I'll show you them at the start of each of the exercises, but we're going to start off. First one is going to be a sit-up, coming up into a rotation. Okay, so 60 seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to sit up, rotate. Sit up, rotate. So 1 minute work. Right, that is us halfway, so 30 more seconds here. $15 seconds to go. Our next one we're going to be working for 50 seconds. And it's going to be windscreen wipers. So 3, 2, and 1. So windscreen wipers then, arms out to the side. And we're going to drop on a diagonal. So 50 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Really good work, guys. So just drop those feet down, bit of a twist through the hips. Really hitting our obliques on this one. $20 seconds to go. Last 10. Our next one will be for 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Our next one, hands on your thighs. Just going to run your hands up to your knees and back down. So little crunches. 40 seconds in 3, 2, 1. So just trying to take your hands up to your knees. That's halfway, so 20 more seconds here. Last 10. 3, 2, and 1. Next one for 30 seconds, we've got leg raises, so up and down. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. So try and take those heels all the way down. Keep your belly button tucked into the floor. Halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 10. 20 seconds of bicycles next. We're nearly there. So 3, 2, 1. So just rotating side to side, opposite knee to opposite elbow. 20 seconds of work. We've done 10. 3, 2, 1. Last 10 seconds, we're going to hold a 10-second side plank. So 3, 2, 1. So 10 seconds on one side and then 10 seconds on the other side. Then that is us done today. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Same thing. 3, 2, 1. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Really good work, guys. We'll just do a couple of stretches to finish off. So just lying on your backs, dropping those knees side to side. We'll only do a couple as we have had a very good stretch today. So just do about 10 of these. We're then going to come up to standing, holding onto the wall. We're just going to stretch out the front of our hips. And then we're going to swap sides. And then last one, it's going to reach down 3 times, up and over. So hamstrings, upper body. Awesome work, guys. So a bit more of a chilled one today. I hope you enjoyed the lower impact, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Thank you for joining me.